what are your thoughts around the lymphatic system, and where does that come into play as far as like managing the body's ability to reset?
It's in everything we do, right? Like it's in my daily treatment approach to patients where it's like you're tired and you're sick and you don't feel good, but getting out and walking for 10 minutes, like that's contracting those muscles, which is moving the lymphatics. And if you can at least dedicate to that, if you can put on a podcast, if you can go outside, listen to a song you like get your body moving. If you can't do that, that's okay. Like moving your arms, like getting the arm muscles contracting is what's going to help pump that lymphatic fluid. And that lymphatic fluid is the storage of so much of the toxicity, right? And this is where I also go back to the philosophy of naturopathic medicine, because it's like, is it the bug that's inflicting our environment, or is it because we've become so toxically overloaded in whatever we're doing, right? Like we're busy humans. So like we're running around like crazy. We are way more stressed as a species than we've ever been. We're working way too hard, way too much, way too long, hopping on and off airplanes, being exposed to radiation. Your body can only handle so much. And when we think about the body as like a cup or a vessel or something that's being filled, you fill it so much. And when that overflow happens, that's really when I think the body is like, fever, right? Because that's when it's like, hey, we need to detox. Like you can do the liver cleanse. It's April, like it's spring. We could really support like the liver time of the year and do a massive cleanse. Or you could get a rockin' fever and you will detox probably 100 times more in that fever than you would by eating all of those fresh vegetables. And like that's the power of a fever. So like when I'm like going through fever mode myself, or like hopping into a sauna to like create the essence of the feeling of fever, it's like, yeah, get to that uncomfortable space, because I'm opening up and cleansing in a way that like the body just needs to do that more, especially because we have so many, it's also April. This is my other rant for this time of year, but like pesticides. Like people are out with their backpack sprayers and they're spraying their dandelions because they want their yard to look good. And it's like, cool, but your pet's going to be walking on that. And that's going to go absorb into our waterways, into our water systems. It's going to be part of, glyphosate's like ubiquitous inside of all waters, right? Like they're now starting to be able to find it up in alpine lakes. And it's like, this is kind of nuts. Like we're in a toxic sludge.
Yeah. Yeah. I was thinking about this morning. I had like of course, this is my weekly occurrence as a friend reaches out to me from my past as they've been diagnosed with cancer. So it's usually like once every 2 weeks. These, I'm talking 32 to 40, 50 years old, young people. And so I always want to offer people, please don't wait till something bad comes along. Please understand that your body doesn't operate under different principles as anybody else on the planet. Your radical ownership of health is to step into this now, and your chance at a better outcome is so much more likely if you can do this before we have tumors, before we have chronic fatigue syndrome, chronic arthritis, before we're replacing joints. Yeah, that's my soapbox for right now. I really would love, I know I can't take anybody's healing journey away. And at the same time, I wish people could feel this message on a visceral level, how much power we have. So
Yeah,
that's my
me
call to
too.
action.
I
Yeah.
love your call to action. I'm here like chanting the rally call for it, because it's true. We have so much power, and it's in little things we do every single day of like, hey, body, I'm here and I respect you, and I'm appreciating what you're doing, so I'm going to give back, right? Like it's like that give back to yourself, which is like the ultimate form of self-care and listening to who you are,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, the ultimate form of self-love.